Okay, now we're up to the third reading. Again, this is a repetition because I've already made this video, but I'm going to do it again just to be more thorough, maybe potentially, hopefully have new insights, or maybe I won't have any new insights, but really it's okay because every year we read these same verses over and over again every year. So there's nothing wrong with repeating oneself. Here up to chapter 3, reading number 3 from Nasso. The Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Command the children of Israel to banish from the camp all those affected with the saras or with a male discharge, and all those unclean through contact with the dead. So we see that it wasn't just women's menstrual cycle that the Torah was worried about and thought that was unclean, as the Torah would say, actually is how English would translate it. But we use the words tahara and ta'uma, tameh. Tahara is what we'd say ritually pure, and tameh is ritually impure, which is really a spiritual thing, but also directly connected to the physical things that leave one's body or that appear on one's body, because you can get saras for speaking lashon hara, so that's all of a sudden the skin ailment that shows up on you, and you have to go into bidud, you have to go into isolation. But here we're saying this is a discharge. It could be a male or female, or if you even touch a dead person, both male and female, you shall banish, you shall send them outside the camp, and they shall not defile the camps in which I dwell among them. And this is the reason why we do it, is because Hashem is inside our camps. But isn't Hashem with you in isolation? I mean, Hashem's everywhere. So really, I think this is about trying to prevent the spread of whatever it is that went wrong, so you don't want to give it to other people, so you have to go away for a little bit of time. 7 days. It's usually 7 days in the Torah. The children of Israel did so. They sent them outside the camp as the Lord had spoken to Moses. So did the children of Israel do. The Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Tell the children of Israel, when a man or a woman commits any of the sins against which man acted treacherously against God, and that person is found guilty. So here we're going to set up a whole court system, which is, trial by the Beit Din, which is usually at least 3 people, and the people who are accused. But I think you can have a Beit Din of 2 people if necessary, but you have to have witnesses. They shall confess their sin they committed and make restitution for the principal amount of his guilt, add a fifth to it, and gave to the one against whom he is guilty. But what if you did something that wasn't monetary? So how do you repay something like, let's say you, God forbid, you do something to somebody that's not a monetary sin? Doesn't cost money, doesn't make them lose money. So if you do that, like, how do you repay that? But here we're speaking about monetary damages. Okay, if the man has no kinsman who to make the restitution, so he's all by himself, poor guy, Nebuch, he's a loner. The debt which is restored to the Lord is to be given to the Cohen. This is besides the atonement ram for which the expiation is made for him. So in addition to giving an animal, you also have to give money. But if you're not able to do it and you have nobody around, nobody in your immediate family, no extended family, nobody's going to come forth and pay off your debts. The money somehow it does get paid, and it goes to the priests, to the Kohanim. Every offering of all the children of Israel's holy things which is brought to the Kohen shall be his. We've already learned this, so again the Torah is repeating itself. Everyone's holy thing shall belong to him, meaning the priest, not specifically to one of them, but basically it says to him, but it means the Kohen, maybe it means to the Kohen Gadol in this really specific, unique circumstance. Maybe the Kohen Gadol gets this thing, this money, because like it's such a unique circumstances that there's nobody around to pay off this guy's debt. Like that's got to be extremely rare. So in this extremely rare circumstances, perhaps potentially it goes to the Kohen Gadol because it says to him, meaning a specific person. But the Kohanim are a group. But yes, within the group, there is a specific person called the Kohen Gadol. So maybe that's what it's talking about. Because it says it shall be his. Everyone's holy thing shall belong to him. It's usually, to one person. Whatever a man gives to the Kohen shall be his. So is it to the specific Kohen you give it to, or is it to Kohen Gadol, or is it to all the Kohanim have control over this money that is now given because, they're a group. but the Torah says specifically shall be his, meaning it sounds like it's talking about an individual person. And this ends the third reading.